I live in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm a science librarian at Yale University, and I do a lot of work in trend spotting for technology change for libraries.
Okay. What challenges do libraries face in terms of public relations, and what message are you trying to get across?
Probably the biggest challenge we face is the perception of continuing relevancy. So the message that I'm trying to get across today is that something huge that we can do for library advocacy and public relations for our individual libraries and our profession is to make sure that we continue to appear relevant in the constantly shifting technology landscape.
And how do they do this? How can they accomplish
They
it?
can do that by being flexible, by being willing to try out new technologies and play with how it changes the way people engage with information, how they perceive information resources.
Okay. And how far have librarians advanced in this direction? Where are we in this? Are we in the Stone Age still, or?
We do great. We always want to make sure that we're relevant and changing, but change is really hard for all of us. We spend a lot of time looking towards the problems instead of looking towards the solutions. So I think we have a lot to do in shifts of attitude, but I think we're definitely going to make it.
What recommendations do you make at this point?
I think the biggest recommendation I would make is play with technology. Give it a try. Make sure that you're familiar as an information professional with the major mobile and social technologies, and think carefully about what they mean for the changing information environment.
Okay. What are some examples you're going to use today?
I'm going to talk a bit about how mobile communication formats have changed. So shift slightly away from text messaging to data mobile communication like group messaging apps, etc. I'm also going to talk a bit more about what the modern and current usage of location as a point of relevancy and interaction will be.
Okay. And in your work, how does all this play out?
Actually, it plays in very closely because we have to make sure that we're aware of how our patrons' expectations are changing based on the technologies they use. And so we're trying to constantly shift to make sure that we're as familiar with the technologies and those expectations so that we can maintain our important role within that community.
And how's the PR forum an effective venue for you today?
Well, I'm actually finding that's really beneficial for me because it's given me an opportunity to think through these from perspectives beyond my own. Hopefully we'll talk a lot about how this applies to PR within our own institutions and larger, and we'll try to make it as much of a discussion as possible.